Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. If I can keep my mic straight. My name is Jared Budlong. I'm running as an independent candidate for governor here in Alabama this year. And we do things a bit different. So if you're catching this on social media, that's completely intentional. This is a campaign strategy meeting, and we do those publicly for transparency. I want you guys to understand where I'm at, where our campaign is, and the decisions we're making, because we're trying to reach you, and we're trying to make sure that you understand we want this state to be transparent. So that's what we're doing. Thank you for joining us for the campaign meeting. If you're seeing this after the fact on the rest of our social media platforms, if you have questions, put them in the chat. If not, if you have ideas, let us know. And if it's something you don't want to put publicly on social media, we have a feedback form on the website. Please use that at your discretion. So, all right. So strategy meetings are, they're an internal meeting technically. Like this is us talking about what we're doing as a campaign, what we plan on doing in the near future, and a little bit further into the future. Most of it's geared around the way we're going to try and reach people. So if you want to talk about policy, that's on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Please join on Tuesdays, 7 p.m. That's our policy meeting. So any questions regarding policy, we're not going to dive into today. It's just not the right meeting for it. Please save those for Tuesday or submit it through the feedback form on the website. Or you can comment it down below and we'll try to keep up with it. But we try to reference the title or the type of meeting it is to go back and look at questions. So we may not come back to this video if you're asking about policy. So show up on Tuesdays. The fun part is this is actually a live Google Meet that you can access through the website. So if you have something that you want to help with, especially on regarding the campaign, you want to actually help, jump into the meeting. We welcome everybody to join. Keep it respectful and on topic, but you're welcome to join. The links are available through my bio, publicly available. So they are on the events and meetings tab. All right, so strategy. What we normally do is cover our digital strategy first, and then we will jump into some other things after that, because after this meeting, we actually are going to talk about field organizing, which is our boots on the ground, in person, meeting people, talking to them face to face, preferably, or maybe one-on-one through a phone calls or something like that. But let's jump into some stats we have from social media. We start with TikTok because that's the largest platform. And the last week that we have full stats for, since today is Saturday, the reporting mechanism for TikTok is about 3 days behind. So we're just going to cover the week prior. So this is the 11th through the 17th. And by far, the best video from that week, at least, the best content that people interacted with and got a lot of engagement with, was one about Lakeith Smith, who was convicted of unaliving, because we're live on TikTok, we got to be careful about words that we use. Convicted of unaliving through an accomplice law. So essentially, he was there, someone got unalived, and he got charged with it, even though he wasn't the one to do the act. And the part that made it even worse is that it was actually the police that ended up ending this person's his accomplice's life. So Lakeith was charged with that at the age of 15 and got initially 65 years, and that later got reduced to 55 years. But he got charged at 15 years old for an unaliving that he didn't actually commit. So that's a thing that happens here in Alabama and a lot of other states. So that's the one that went well. It seems to be the thing that people respond to most is bad news instead of engaging fun news. So that's why the news does it a lot. So we're trying not to fill the feed with that type of content, but it does engage with people more. So it is some of what we're using more, unfortunately. That's the unfortunate part about the way social media works, is it likes emotion, and the easiest emotion to trigger is anger. I don't like it, but that's the way it works right now. So that's what's working really well. There's a couple other had some good comment, a lot of comment engagement. Actually, don't remember which video this is based on the title, but we're going to check it out. Oh, yeah. So that was a video where somebody was being a troll and not respecting boundaries. So we had a little bit of fun with it. All right. So we're good there. What was the other one? And there's actually another one that had some good interactions. Which one is that? It's the My Platform one. Let's see. Whoop. Let's see if we can actually narrow our scope down. And yeah, okay, so that's actually a rebroadcast. So that did well. So thanks to I think it's Micah. Micah, thank you for cutting that down and pointing or getting us some shorter clips from a larger interview that we can reuse, because that one actually did well on a views to comments to likes ratio. Actually did well. Much appreciated. TikTok interactions, at least, or fan interactions, their activity online. During that week at least, it's pretty flat. The lowest day looks like Friday for their online activity. It's still late night. You guys, you're late night people. Anyway, so appreciate you guys. We'll try to make use of that when you're online. And it looks like on this one, that's a live stream. I don't remember what we did on the 15th specifically, but it had a pretty good peak. I'd have to go back and look at the actual video, but we'll take a look at that later and figure out what it was. Twitter posts, we'll jump into that. I'm going to try and keep an eye on questions and comments. All right, so on Twitter, highest engagement factor was, this was OJ French. So if anybody's not aware of Bay Minette, OJ French was unalived by the police, and we went to an event and then reposted about that, and that post had some good views and some interactions there. The higher interaction rate though was, let's see, gotta wait for it to load. Oh yeah, another short clip. So Micah, if you're seeing this now or later, let's keep cutting those up. I know you did another 10 or so. We need to make sure we get those posted. That Amanda, that's you and your team. Make sure we use those because they seem to be getting a lot of engagement and doing rather well. So let's make sure we keep using those. Up next is, let's see what this next one is, and we'll stop at the top 3 because that's where we need to move on to the next platform as well. Don't want to get focused in. Let's see, again, OJ French. So yeah. So we have our long form interview where I'm actually answering questions directly, and then some support for the community that wants answers. So those are the ones that are working out well this last week, which ties in well for the previous weeks if memory is serving. Some quick stats on the videos that were shared. Both of these were my interview with Kenneth at OBS, and it looks like the one that did better was the education related one, because everybody knows the state needs to do better on education. So let's see. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Morning, everybody. Chard, whatever. Jess M, good morning. Do I support the Constitution? Anguish, that's sounds like a policy question. Show up on Tuesday. Happy to discuss it. Or you can check out my video, especially if you're talking about the Alabama Constitution. You can go check that video out because I'm still there. That's still my answer. Let's see. And then for the campaign volunteer Twitter account, let's see. The one that had probably the highest overall engagement, not the rate, but the overall engagement was, I think, still having us come out and do something. It's probably Art Walk if I had to guess. Let's double check. Oh no, okay, that's actually us talking about the protest on Monday. So that one actually did pretty well. So let's keep posting about that. The graphic probably helped, so we'll make sure we are posting about that still pretty consistently. But overall, I think that's the one that did the best on interactions. So in engagement, Twitch is pretty straightforward. It's just it's a live streaming platform. Nothing gets saved there long term, so it just shows which one worked best. September 13th. I don't remember the date offhand. What that was? What day of the week was that? Let's see if we do. Let's check the calendar real quick and see what event that was. It was probably a campaign meeting. Yeah, it was Tuesday, so it was a policy meeting. So we had decent views on a policy meeting, and then the 17th would have been 4 days later, so that would have been one of our morning, or actually it's probably both of our meetings. So our other meetings did really well, and I did a live stream the next day, which didn't get as much views, but that's all right. It wasn't scheduled, so people didn't know to show up. All right, Facebook. This is the campaign's Facebook page. So it doesn't give us access to my personal, so this will all be the campaign account. We'll start with cities. It looks like Huntsville still pretty popular. Huntsville, thank you for all of your support. Appreciate you. Mobile, we got Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Daphne, Montgomery, Fairhope, Madison, Tanner Williams, and Jasper up on the top. And we're still hitting our target audience, people we're trying to reach. So anybody under 45 or so, that's who we're aiming for. Everybody's welcome to vote for me. Well, I still want to represent all of you and do good by all of you, but that's our target demographic is between 18 and 45, and we're still primarily reaching those people even week by week, which is good to hear. There was a huge spike in things on September 11th. I'd have to go back and look at what we posted on. I don't have that post in front. Nope, OJ. Yep. So again, showing support for our actual residents instead of just promoting me and myself seems to be working well, and I'm more than okay with to continue to do that because that's kind of the whole point, is to make sure the role of governor, like in case anybody's not aware, like the role is there to execute laws correctly. And for the benefit of everybody, right? And when I'm pointing out when that's not happening, it's resonating with people, which it should, because it doesn't seem like the current administration wants to. So looks like Amanda's handling some comments in the Facebook. Perfect. Thank you, Amanda. Keep up with your great work there. All right, and likes and interactions on Instagram. No real big spikes. There was one for Justice for OJ again. They had some good interactions there. It reached a ton of people, comparatively speaking, but our likes and things spiked on a different one. 53 days till the election. So it was one of our announcement videos or posts, and that's making sure people understand that the election is on November 8th, and you have to be registered if you're not by October 24th. Please make sure you do that. If you're not going to be in town and you want to do absentee if you want to do absentee ballot voting, please go to alabamavotes.gov and double check all of the requirements and request that ballot now. Do not wait till last minute. All right.
And if I may, check your registration.
Yes. Well, so my advice is to check it now to figure out where your polling location is, but also check it like the day of.
Before.
Yeah, like the day of.
Yeah. Well, I would say do it right before registration closes, which you said October 24th, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Check it to make sure you're registered and something hasn't happened.
Oh, okay. You weren't talking about polling location. Yeah, no, good call. Good call. Yep.
Yeah, no, because I've been seeing articles about people, maybe their registration falling off somehow.
Right. So there, I believe.
Want to make sure.
Yeah, I don't remember Alabama's laws Alabama's rules specifically and how they do things, because it's up to the Secretary of State. They could change that, from what I understand. After a certain period of inactivity, your registration can get dropped, and it's really thank you. It's really up to them, I think. I'm not applying for that role, so I didn't dive deep into what their rules are. Somebody on TikTok, Cleo, said they purged people in Barber County during the last midterm. Yep, yeah. Yep.
And our polling location changed. Our polling location changed right before the primary, I think.
Yep.
So
please.
Things are shifting in Alabama, so everybody check.
Yes. If the fact that we have 3 parties on the ballot this year, we officially do. They put out the sample ballot, which if you want to check out the ballot, it's available on the website, on the Secretary of State's website. If you search for, this is strategy because I'm going to tell you how to put my name on. If you search for 2022 Alabama general election sample ballot, you should be able to pull up the sample ballot for your county, because it'll give you the list, and you can view your ballot, and it'll even tell you the specific items that are related to your county and your district, if applicable. So go check that out, and then note that the first box, well, it's the second box. The first box is, do I want to vote straight party, which you can if you want to. I don't recommend it, but if that's what you want to do, you can. But the one thing that our state has done to help write-in candidates is, even if you do straight party, so if you say I want the Democratic Party, and you circle that or fill in that circle, you can still do a write-in ballot or a write-in candidate, and it overrides that one line. It doesn't mess up your straight party ballot. So you can do that. And the really good news for me is I'm the second box. So first one is straight party. Please skip it preferably. But if you don't, fine. Write my name in on the second box on the fourth line. We're going to do a video or a graphic and post that shortly. The ballots came out earlier this week, so we haven't made that graphic yet. But you can literally just write my name in, fill in that circle as well, and then do the rest of your ballot there. The good news is the amendments. There's I think 10. There's 10 ballot measures that are going to be on there as well. One of which is a Constitution piece. So go check that out. And make your decision on if you want to vote for the recompiling of our Constitution. Tri-County Fair. If people misspell my name, the state says they will do their best to match it. They look at the last name first and try to match the first name if they can. Please make sure you spell it correctly. JAREDBUDLONG. Do your best, because I can't guarantee how likely they will, how much effort they will put into trying to figure out what your handwriting means. So please write legibly and put my name on there. And if you see me in person, I'm going to do it to TikTok first. If you see me in person, come get a pen. Take it with you on November 8th. Everybody else, this should refocus. Maybe not. No, not going to refocus. Anyway, it's a pen that has my name written on it. So if you see me in person, I have them. Grab one and then save it for November 8th so you can spell it correctly. All right. So let's jump into website stuff. This is pretty straightforward, but once people have found me on social media, the idea is they go to the website to find more, and this gives us an idea of where people are looking on the site, what their engagement is, and where they're coming from based on their IP address. It's not perfect, but it gives us a good idea. So if we jump in the last week, it's actually pretty even spread, still pretty high in the Mobile area, the Mobile Baldwin County area, probably because of the OJ French stuff. That's probably it, but we're now more evenly spread. If anybody remembers last week, the concentration was in Mobile heavily because of the Mobile event that we had, but we've now spread back out where it's a little more even across the state in those various larger cities, plus a couple little outliers, which is great. Want to reach those people more. We need funding to do that. So shameless plug, if you can afford it, donate to the campaign. That's the only way we can travel and do things. Digital does great for some things. It does not do as great for face-to-face. Last week, at least, the highest traffic day was Friday. That's when people were showing up. Highest engagement, it's going to be the Connect page. That's the one that's linked on all our social media. That makes sense. From there will be the homepage, though. And then our live page, which is really cool to see, because that one, we don't highlight it regularly, but that's how you can watch this on the website. If you want to watch this stream and you don't have access to social media, or you don't want to use social media, or you know somebody who doesn't, because if you're watching it now, you're probably on social media at this point. But if you have somebody who doesn't want to use social media, they can do it on the website on jaredalgov.org/live. So that's there. Anyway, so that covers all of our digital outreach and kind of stats on that. So I'm going to go back and double check on TikTok for some questions, because I think I saw some For You page. Oh, that's a really good username, by the way. How can we spread the word about you in Birmingham? That's something I would love your help with. Canvassing would be one. Helping out with the voting poll stations on November 8th would be another. I would love your help for that. And we actually have something we're trying to do on October 8th, I believe, is the date that we're trying to do our QR code sticker. I believe it's November 8th. What we're trying to do, though, is in every city that we can find somebody to put stickers in their hands, is on November 8th, put out some QR stickers that try to get some people's attention. Yeah, so Anita, go ahead.
It's not November 8th. It's
October 8th. I'm sorry, October 8th. Thank you. November 8th is the election. We're doing it on October 8th, a month before. Thank you. Basically it's an attention-getting sticker that just says, are you pissed like we are, or something along those lines. I can never remember exactly what it is because I didn't design it. Our team did. But it's a big QR code sticker that goes to the website to a specific page that explains why we're running, what we're doing, and what we're trying to accomplish, so that people who are pissed about this state can figure out that there's somebody who also is pissed and wants to do something about it. And the idea is we're going to get those stickers in a bunch of people's hands for October 8th across the state, and everybody can put them up in places that you are allowed to put up stickers and get some attention a month before the election. So if you want to help with that, please go to the website and fill out the help canvas form. So that we're calling all of that canvassing. Matt, we're going to ignore you. Morgan, sweet. Please fill out the form so I can keep track of everybody, because it won't happen if I don't have you fill out the form. So the team will have access to that list as well. Raphael, you're here to help. Sweet. Not the turtle. I like it. So yeah, we can actually spend the last little bit. Absentee voting in person is awesome. Very easy. Yeah, Alice, I'm not super familiar on that piece. We should probably make a video. Alice is saying that absentee voting in person is awesome, very easy. So I'm not familiar with that process. So Alice, ping me and let's walk through what that looks like, and we'll make a video, because I would love to give people better options. Fill out the form if you want to help in person, whether it's canvassing literally door to door, or if you want to do the sticker thing. If you want to go to events on behalf of the campaign to show up and talk to people, we'd love to have you do that. And then you also can help out with polling stations. So this is not being a poll worker. This is you being outside of the polling station on behalf of the campaign to remind people that I'm running and that they can vote for me, and that I'm here to get us better education, better healthcare, and fix the ridiculous injustice system that we have that's killing people on a near daily basis. I shouldn't use that word because we're on TikTok, but it slipped. I got passionate for a second. It happens. Virginia, you can get stickers. Check out the form on the website. Website is linked in bio, and there should be a link on that page to help canvass. Yep, for sure. Hey, Matt, if you do want to talk, yeah, you can schedule a meeting on my website. Feel free. It'll be public, though, just for you. Ralph's a friend. We both have a lot of connections. Sweet. Please do. Dolphin, you had a good question. Do we have shirts? We do. There's two ways to get shirts. If you know somebody with a Cricut, and you are if you're strapped financially, right? So the finances are tough for a lot of people right now. If you're stuck in that regard, but you know somebody with a Cricut, we have designs available on the canvassing supplies link on the website, where you can download a design and have somebody cut it out with a Cricut and then just iron it on a shirt. If you don't want to or don't know how to do that, you can actually order a shirt through the merch link. So there's a bunch of different designs that you can order. Those take about a week and a half, I think, to get out, but those will support the campaign slightly. They don't do a whole lot, but they do a little bit. And the Cricut cutout piece, you can actually donate if you want to. If you can't, then there's a link in the description of the item. You don't have to purchase it if you don't want to. Just click it, download the file, and print it. Yeah. Awesome. Is it Ash Twitchum? I like it. Thank you. Let's do this, because the state needs a lot of change. I'm still reeling from the fact that we've tried to unalive people twice in our state. One of them successfully happened. Joe Nathan Jones. They spent 3 hours. This is not topic, but I think I don't have any other strategy to talk about. So, Anita, if I'm forgetting something, please bring it up. Go ahead.
I think you're good.
Okay. So let me say this. So field operations starts at 10 o'clock. So we'll probably end in about 10 minutes and then come back at 10 for field operations. And that's us talking about the person-to-person stuff. So if you want to dig into that, please do. Morgan, I will PM me. Since we're connected here on TikTok, PM me, and I'll remind me to fix the form. If you have trouble with the zip code on the form, use the feedback form on the website. It's on the footer at the bottom of every page. There's a send feedback. Use that one if the canvassing form or anything else doesn't work. Use our feedback form. So field operations starts at 10. So if you want to talk about the actual face-to-face direct interactions with people trying to get the word out, including the QR codes, including the canvassing, including poll station, helping out as a campaign or helping out with the campaign of those, please show up at 10. So the last couple of minutes, sorry, I'm still frustrated with our state, and everybody should be, but like Joe Nathan James was unalived by the state a month and a half ago ish, and they spent 3 hours looking for his veins, ended up mutilating his body, and essentially brought him out. Everybody who was there reported that he looked unresponsive, so he wasn't able to answer questions or anything else after, like last words or anything like that. It didn't happen, and we just tried to unalive somebody again on the 22nd and couldn't find his veins for an hour. Alan, oh man, hold on. Was it Miller? Anita, do you remember Alan's last name? My brain just blanked on his last name. Anyway, it was 2 days ago, and they spent an hour looking for his and stopped. And I'm thankful that they stopped because I'm opposed to the death penalty. But I hate that they spent an hour trying to find his veins. It's just, anyway, that's where my headspace is. So that's why we do these things live. So you guys understand, like, I'm thinking about the stuff as it happens. Like, it's not, it's not reactionary. It's rough. So, strategy, I think that's it. We've got everything there. Next is field operations. We're going to talk about events that are coming up. Please show up if you care. We would love to discuss those with you. And if you want to help out, please show up there and we can discuss it more. I'm hoping to be able to pull up the design for the QR code for the field operations meeting. So if you want to see what it looks like and talk about it more, show up at 10. I think we will wrap this up a little early. Give us a break, take bio breaks, get up and stretch, and we will see you at 10 o'clock. And if we don't see you at 10, Tuesdays, 7 p.m. is our strategy meetings every week. So that's where we talk about campaign policy, things that we are either working on or concerns that people have brought to our attention that we want to discuss. So if you have something you want to talk about, show up on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. If we don't have a dedicated topic that we're trying to hash out details on, then bring it up in the comments. We'll talk about it. You'll have a good rest of your 30 minutes between now and our next meeting, or